Alright, gonna make another quick video on dealing with rust on your Sprinter van. If any of you know that, if any of you got like a Sprinter that's not, I guess, brand new, that's maybe like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, you'll notice that these things are just rust buckets. The Mercedes Sprinters are just, I don't know, they're the worst. They seem to be almost designed for you know, rusting at a certain point. Like, they've just got this kind of you know, this it's like it's almost part of the design. They kind of want you to buy more vans or something. Anyway, I've got these problems with rust that here, as you can see, there's this. So as you can see, the water flows in and actually goes on this seam here, and yeah, it rusts and it causes problems and stuff like that on the inside. I've got problems on the inside of my sliding door as well. They have to be sorted out. There's more problems down there. It's a bit of a mess in here, I'm afraid, but yeah, I'm going to deal with this rust patch and then rust protect it, and even rust protect these other bits where water kind of flows in, just to prevent any other rust coming in, because obviously this is without any kind of covering, ply lining. I'm going to convert this into a camper van, so I'm going to put insulation over this, and then I won't be able to see if there's any rust developing. So obviously I want to kind of try and nip that in the bud before it gets before it starts to rust in the background without my noticing it. So yeah, so I'm gonna sand this down, rust treat it, and then put some anti-rust paint over it. Alright, so here we go. Here's the rust patch I'm going to try and get rid of now. It's quite hard to get to be honest. Alright, that'll do. I think there's some rust that's actually developed just under here, which I'm going to have to just use some anti-rust, or cure rust as it's known. Alright, so now it's the anti-rust or the cure rust. I'm not affiliated with cure rust at all. That's just the brand that I use, and it works for me, so I'd recommend checking it out if you ever want to do the same as this. So as you can see now, because you can see that this is the inside layer of the van, and you can see that water drips in from the inside. These are the plastic knobs here that actually attach to the outside skirting, I don't know, bumper if you like, on the side, and obviously there are holes there to attach this plastic to the metal, and as it rains the water drips down here and underneath the plastic and down through here inside the vehicle, which is why you get rust on the inside. Alright, so now we're going to put the anti-rust paint on, which is for me the black Hammerite paint in this old canister here, and I'm just going to put that on now. And as you can see over here, a whole load of crap to deal with. See that on the wheel arch? That's even behind it on the other side. I think on this side at least there's a bunch of rust happening on the other side, really down there in the crevasse. There's some rust developing there that I have to deal with. Just loads of kind of weird places it develops. Also, as you can see, this is my sliding door, which I've had rust problems with, and I think I'm not the only one that has experienced this, especially at the bottom of the sliding door, and on the inside of it you can get problems, you know, because again the water trickles in, as you can see here, and I've patched this up a bit, this stuff here, but I needed to work on it again. But down at the bottom as well, if you have a look, there's like, whoa, don't know if you can see that, there's a collection of kind of crap down there that's rusting effectively, and so if that ever rusts through, then it's game over really, because it'll wreck the whole door from the bottom down. And as you can see down here, is the same problem. Like, it's just really bad rust problems, or just at the bottom of the door on the inside where all the water trickles in. Alright, so what I've got is a brush on some wire here, which I'm going to use to clean up all this crap down here, which you can't see on camera here, I don't think. Alright, so just to make my point about these vans, these sprinters being kind of rust buckets, just look here, down there. I put the anti-rust down there over an hour ago, and you can see it's still wet. Over an hour ago. So, you know, and it's not well painted in there, or barely painted at all, by the manufacturer. So yeah, if that's water, then yeah, it'll definitely rust. Alright, so here's the inside of the sliding door. You can see after I put all the anti-rust paint at the bottom there, I put the cure rust and then painted the bottom with anti-rust paint. It was a really messy job. Did it all along the bottom and even on the sides, up the sides there, because it was rusting a bit. So yeah, if you want to protect yourself from future rust on the sliding door and in all the nooks and crannies, I suggest you do the same. So yeah, anyway, I hope you liked that video. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Cheers.